Sometimes the world just needs a hero to help cut through all the noise.
Well, now you have two.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of Heroes of Noise. I am one half of this dynamic duo. My name is Steve.
Happy New Year, folks. What's going on? Welcome. It's your boy Dan, and welcome. I'm happy to tell you that we're in 2025. This is Heroes of Noise, episode 208, and we're live. Like, we're literally live right now. We're recording on Facebook, so I'm a little bit nervous because I don't have my cute face on today, Steve. You know what I'm saying? This is just a fuck around and find out kind of situation. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to Heroes of Noise. I hope you're watching. What's up, Steve?
Dude, 2025, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is weird.
Goodness. Because I mean, like, this is a, you know what? This is a powerful year because I think this is the year that I've known you for 10 years.
No, you've known me for 9 years. We met in
really?
Wait, hold on. Maybe was it 2015? Could have been 2015. Yeah. I think it is 10 years actually. Hey,
10 years, dude.
10-year anniversary, man. Here we are. We're still killing it.
We are still. That means it was like 9 years ago we started the word.
Yeah. 2016 is when we started that. So we were formulating this plan for about a good 9-10 months. Because we knew. We knew.
All in our plan.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We knew that there was some magic here. So hopefully we don't fuck that up today. I don't know.
No.
Let's see how it goes.
Dude.
Should we just go straight live? Like with this one here. See, the thing is I'm a little nervous because we're live.
Yeah.
So cool and all. but audio wise, you know, I don't know. Maybe we'll get like a little bit of a cut up show. I don't know what's going to happen here with this one. I don't want to start off 2025 with these highly edited shows, Steve. I'm a grown ass man now. You know what I'm saying? I got shit to do. I don't. Look it. I want to see something real quick. You can't look. I guess you could look on your own phone. But looks like Super Q's watching right now. What's up, Q? How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
at least I think he's watching. This should be a lot of fun, guys. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. We're gonna have some laughs, maybe eat some snacks. It's gonna be fantastic. Steve,
yes.
How you feeling, man? Because last we talked. You were getting ready to, leave for the magical land of Thailand. So I'm just curious, sir. How was you want to talk about your trip a little bit?
Absolutely.
You will talk about it? All right. Well, let me just see what I do.
I think, you know what's funny about, this is one of those times where I
Go on. No, please. Go on. Go on. We're back, motherfuckers.
This is actually very accurate.
Is this pretty like what you were listening to on the radio and shit? You just walk into like a Denny's and that's what this is?
Listen, while you're hitting them bags, sometimes it sounds like that, man.
That's tight, man. In your head after you get stuck by somebody or?
Let me tell you, I've never felt so far away from America than Thailand. It felt like I was on a different planet. A whole different planet.
Yeah, I mean, you were
pretty
far away from America, but I understand what you're saying. It's a completely different. It's not America, that's for damn sure.
Bro, when I got off the plane, that's when it hit me. No, when I got on the plane from Hong Kong to Thailand, I was like, I'm really doing this. Like, there's no going.
It took you that long? You had like 15 hours of flight. But the doors open and you step out, you're like, you know what? I'm really doing this now.
Pretty much. I was like, oh, shoot. I'm on the other side of the planet by myself. And then when I got out in Thailand, I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. Like tomorrow morning it starts.
I don't know why you're tripping, dude. I went to Chicago by myself and it was fine. It was fine.
But when I got to Thailand, I decided to roam the streets at about 2 a.m. I was like, hey, there's only one way I'm going to figure this place out. So I just walked around.
Hey, naturally, that's what you do. When you're in a foreign country.
Dude.
It's not a third world country, though. It's a pretty rich country, correct?
Dude, the money there, as you saw in the videos, dude, they got buildings that I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is, we went to a rooftop bar and the visuals, I was like, we don't have this. We just don't have this. This is not normal here in America. And it was just beautiful, man. The whole time was beautiful. It was a humbling experience because you were around actual alpha dogs. Like these are you don't know you're not a alpha warrior until you're around alpha warriors. where they're like, we fight to live, dude. This is what we do. You're just here for funsies, bro.
Did you do any actual sparring? Sparring while you were there?
Yeah,
you did. And how'd that go?
They took it easy on me. I clenched, sparred with this 13-year-old kid who just tossed me around like a rag doll.
I noticed that your eye was a little swollen when you got back.
So here's what happened there.
Okay, just real quick. See, because I have a theory, is all I'm saying. Okay. So last I checked, you were going to go to Thailand and you were just going to be you, Steve. You know, it's like what happens in Thailand stays in Thailand.
Hey,
you come back with conjunctivitis. One in one. Well, does number 2 have anything to do with it? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, bro. No? All right.
See, Danathan, you've been telling me for years. No, you haven't. People like yourself. I haven't been a big, I would just put my hands in my eyes, no big deal. And, that catches up with you not washing all the time and messing with your eye.
Yeah.
And
see, I wasn't going to out you. now it's out. So now,
it's out.
Now I got to ask you. Let's clarify this a little bit because it is out. Yeah. So people, let me explain this to you real quick. I'm talking to Steve on the phone and I want to hear about Thailand, by the way, but this part. So I'm talking to Steve on the phone the other day and Steve tells me that he's got a big old goose egg, a little conjunctivitis on the eye. Put you out of work for how long, Steve? 2 weeks. Thanks. Because the people can see the fingers, Steve. I guess they can actually.
No, they can.
These ones
That's what I'm saying. We're live.
But you who has no idea why we're doing this, listening right now, yeah, you can't see shit. So Steve, just number 2. So anyway, 2 weeks out. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. I don't really want to be too hard on my friend Steve here, but the reason from what I ascertained, Steve, notice I said ass and number 2, I'm going somewhere with this. But what I'm saying is Steve told me in not so many words that I can't even say it, Steve. Say why. Say the reason why. I'm sorry. I'm leading it up to nothing, but I have to let you say it.
Okay, before I continue, I was just told by Mr. Daniel, the man himself, that I'm going to put on my headphones. He said I'm echoing.
Uh-oh. You're echoing. So we might actually shut this down. Get Steve's echo the fuck out of here.
Is that Daniel?
Maybe we're going to have to turn this off and try it. But see, here's the thing, though. It's 2025. So if this doesn't work, just know that we're coming back at some point and trying this again. But let's not give up just yet. We never do.
Okay, we're good. All I got to do is put on an earphone. And then we're going to test through Mr. D.
Yeah, because nothing like audio testing after we start recording, Steve.
Yeah, we're good, dude.
All right. Well, then I guess we should, at least we have some people that are giving us some coaching from out. How are we now, folks? Can we get like a little heads up on how we're doing here? This is weird. I don't really care, actually. I don't really care how this goes. Oh, we got chats too, bro. Look at this. According to Nana, you got knocked the fuck out.
I don't appreciate that, Jack.
Oh, yeah. He needs to put the headphones in. Yeah, Steve, you're fucking everything up.
Here's the thing. I mean, and I get why. Oh, there we go. Ask them if this is better.
Let's see. To be honest, Dan should have the chat up in the future. It's the first time, so learning curve. I thought I had the chat up, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, honestly. You know what? All these critiques from the peanut gallery over here. It's the thought that counts, Nana. God damn it. Look, Dre says sounds Gucci to me. Okay, see, here's the problem. If I start staring at the chat, then I'm going to look like that dude on midnight on TikTok. You know that guy? That's just like fucking sitting there like this.
I've never heard of this guy.
There's a million of them, Steve. It doesn't matter. Have you gone live before? Like on TikTok?
No.
So you got to watch these people that go live. It's just a random 2 o'clock in the morning. And they're just sitting there like this, just. And that's the live. And somehow they're making money, and I don't know why the fuck I'm
Here's what drives me crazy. Those folks that don't even comment on the video, they just play someone else's video and looks and like.
What is that? Because I can do that. You know what I mean? I don't even need
You should do that, dude.
I think, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take your videos. So it's still Heroes of Noise content. You know what I mean? You got to keep it in the family. I'll take your videos.
And then I'm gonna make another video of you doing that, and I'm gonna comment on it.
It becomes that 70s mirror, that psychedelic mirror. Did your grandma have one of those mirrors, G? Do you remember those mirrors?
Oh,
My grandma had this mirror.
Where it went on forever?
Yeah, it just went on forever. Why did our grandmas have those, dude? Were they tripping? Because that's psychedelic shit right there.
When I was in Thailand, you know those beads that separated rooms?
Yeah. Like the Peter Brady, the Greg Brady. Yes. I know what you're talking about, G.
They were selling those, and I was like, the people I was with, my friends, I was like, y'all don't know nothing about that. And one of the girls were like, oh yeah, my grandmother had this. I said, oh, I thought it was just a black thing.
No.
She's like, no, my grandmother had separating the hall from the bedroom areas.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I realize this is not a true statement, but in a sense, the 70s didn't see color when it came to shit like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like everyone.
We all did the weird stuff.
For instance, I bet your grandma or your mom, for that matter, probably had that it's a lamp and it has like a chick bathing in it, and then there's like these wires that go down with the oil dripping. You never seen that, G? Yeah, mine didn't either, bro. Mine didn't either. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, man.
Hey, send me a picture of that joint, G.
I'll have to find
that
it.
Naked lamp.
Yeah, it's a naked lady in a lamp. She kind of looks like Lady Justice a little bit, you know what I mean? Except she's not holding the things because she's naked. And she showers. It's like Lady Justice showering with her blindfold off. And then there's like oil dripping down and shit.
I know you took a few ganders at that thing, bro.
Hey, man. Where's all the... Parents be like, where's all the oil going? It's just...
Giggity.
This motherfucker's dry as dry gets. I feel off right now. I'm just saying, but I don't care.
Why, dude?
Because I'm looking at too many things right now. Normally,
don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have to.
It's fine saying. I'm just making sure shit's running properly. But we'll get used to this. This is kind of fun.
But you know what's funny? Nana wasn't totally wrong, because there was one time where I got hit hard enough where things kind of distorted. Like the world distorted in Thailand, where he didn't mean to, but it distorted things for me.
Hey, Favon's watching, and she saw that lamp. I'm just trying to acknowledge you guys every once in a while, but she knows the lamp.
Favon, you did not.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can put
a picture
you, by
the way.
Yeah, can you put a picture up, and save your love for other things, Steve, for family. This is just, actually, this is for the HON family. You know what? Never mind. I'm fucking going to turn this off because I can't see anything.
I love this. I love the live streaming.
I know. No. I'm not turning off the live stream. I'm just turning off what I'm looking at, because I'm looking at live us, and then I'm looking at Facebook live us, which is not live us. It's fucking me up, G. So hold on one second. All right. We're good. I know. See, this is the shit I edited out. It's all the stuff where I'm just like, I don't know, Steve, it doesn't seem right. So, all right. So anyway, let's get back to this. The conjunctivitis thing, we've established that this is not from
Thailand.
Well, it's from Thailand. It has to be.
It's from, he said most likely, because I'll say the place we both inhabit, a few people have a terrible case right now. That's why he gave me 2 weeks.
But you got it. When did the eye bulge out? Like when you got back in the town?
Oh, you're like 3 days after I was already here.
So, okay, cool. So there's like some dirty eyed dude at your place probably doesn't wash his hands like you dirty mug. That's just nasty.
Listen, dog.
Did you see him put up the nasty ass hands? Nasty ass hands, G. That ain't right.
But the funny thing is, my doctor was like, I don't touch my eye even if I've washed my hands. He's like, no like none of the doctors, like optometrists, none of us do this. We only, like, if you wash our hands, then we get a rag and we will touch our eye. We never touch our eye with even clean hands.
Okay. What about, I guess this is still the same thing. You go into a public restroom. Okay.
Yes.
You do your thing. Mm-hmm. So let's say that, you know how that nowadays, because it's the future, you walk away, the thing flushes itself.
Absolutely.
But in the event that it doesn't, are you flushing? Or are you just letting the next cat do that for you?
Oh, I use the foot.
But what if you don't? So you can kick now. So you putting your foot all up like Ariana Grande?
Kicking it. Done deal.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So then to get out, what if it's a pull handle?
I kick the pull handle.
No, like if it's a pull handle on a door. Like, how are you using your hand?
Oh, sniff.
Yeah.
Well, so many, like in the airports, here, you got to pull. But normally I'll use a paper towel and open the door. I don't touch handles.
And that's that was the answer I'm looking for. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't touch handles.
So you'll actually, you'll bypass the sink, but you'll go for the paper towel.
Because touching our joint is like touching an arm. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is, ladies, beware. You know what I'm saying?
Well, not anymore. Now it's almost becoming a thing. Now I'm washing my hands too much. Soon my hands are just going to fall off, Jay. I'm so crazy with it now. It's ridiculous.
You catching up for all the years you didn't?
Bro. I after I was done with rehearsal today, touching the keyboard, I ran to the bathroom, washing my hands. I'm like, oh no, this is getting crazy.
Yeah, no, it's not getting crazy, Steve. That's just fucking normal. That's just what you do. You just wash your hands.
How many times? Here's a good question.
I work in a hospital, Steve. I wash my hands.
But today,
50,
I'm
60
saying at
times
home, would you say that you wash your hands more in double digits?
At home, no. Like if I'm going to the bathroom, I don't do the before. There's people that do the before.
I have heard before.
No, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've done the before. It just depends on what you're working with. You know what I'm saying? But I don't normally go from like gross to my joint in just the same breath, is what I'm saying.
I think you should wash before. That's more important than afterwards.
That's what they say. But like, you know, if let's just say you're peeing, Steve. How do I put this? I don't want to brag, Steve, but I don't need to be holding shit. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of aim it a little bit like that, and everything's good. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just saying.
You aim handless?
Yeah.
Damn.
You can't aim handless?
Hell no.
Oh wow, this is like opposite day around here.
Yeah, no, man.
Well, I mean,
that's incredible.
It's crazy. I mean, because the thing is that sometimes I gotta pull it back out the water. But other than that, it's cool. I'm playing. Steve, people, I pee on my balls. I'm so ashamed of myself. It's all a big lie. I don't even know how I'm married or procreated. It's ridiculous. It's just it's like just a fat head is all it is.
I'm still impressed by you could like randomly just nail it. It's impressive.
I have a problem. And I know we're just being random right now, but speaking of like using like public restrooms.
Uh-huh.
What is it with like people? And I know you have to experience this. What is it with people just not like, okay, you go into the bathroom and you do your thing. What the fuck is it so hard about like flushing? Do you think that's germ phobia, or do you think that's just like fuck you, look at what I made?
You mean like in the urinal?
What I'm getting at is that I work with people that can't flush the toilet, or it looks like when they stand up to pee, which is, I'm talking about the guys, it's like the fucking...
Well, the thing is, sometimes it starts uncontrollably until you get a hold of it and then aim correctly. It starts crazy, and then you're like, whoa. So it might be that.
This is probably a little bit TMI, but you know, it's me. You just kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you hold it closed?
No, I'm just saying if you're worried about like this, you know what I'm saying? Instead
of
this.
I'm saying it goes like, it's like, you know, that TikTok where the girl holds the, they hold it, when they turn it on, it kind of, then you find the.
Okay. Wow.
You know,
we're giving people some visuals. I think we should move off of this conversation, and because this is our first episode, we don't want to come off with too many dick jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, hey, this is you, Dan.
How we doing, everyone? I know it's me. Let me just take a quick look back here and see what's happening with these folks. Let's see.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Nana, you leaving? Come on, man. Look at Dre Moore with the team heavy meat. Okay, I'm back. I'm watching you guys. I'm watching what you're doing here. I love this. I'm going to come back and read it. All right, Steve, let's move on to the next agenda, man. Because do you got anything else about, I mean, we didn't really talk too much about Thailand. Give me like your, for the folks that haven't seen your video, which you really went into detail about this, give us a quick like breakdown of how you feel once the Black Dragon returned.
It was pretty emotional the last day when I was saying goodbye to everybody. They aren't that emotional at all. They're just like, all right, it's been fun. All right. They call me Heavyweight Steve. You're going to leaving? I'm like, yeah. They're like, all right, Heavyweight Steve. And I was the emotional one. They're like, yeah, we'll just see you when you come back one day. Yeah, that's their thing. It's like people come and go and come and go. And I was like, all right. And I didn't want to leave. I really didn't want to leave. And it was, but the good thing is on the plane, I had so much to think about. I was like, you know what, how are you going to change your life after this trip? Otherwise it's a nothing. You went out there, you learned more about Muay Thai, you got better, but how does that actually affect your life? And so that was the big one, coming back and changing life for the better. That was and you know what's a weird thing though, G?
What's that?
When I went to the temple, the ancient city.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that, by the way.
Dude, there was a feeling there, bro. There was a feeling, man.
I was going to ask you, maybe this is what you're getting to, but I was going to ask you, when you're there and you're at this gigantic, beautiful, ancient building that is like older than anything you know,
Dude.
Does it give you like a different perspective about like what's important? You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Like it made me, when I sat there, I said, there were people here during a battle that did not understand that, you know, they had plans for the next day.
Yeah.
They thought they were going to go eat somewhere on the weekend, and then it was just over and their city was destroyed. And it's like, and then years after years, people come and go and come and go and come and go. And it's like, okay, how are you going to make your stamp? How are you going to make your stamp on this plan? There's a lot of people that walk and, you know, they live, which is fine. You live and then you die, having not made a stamp with your family members, which is important, you know, but how are you going to make your mark on this planet? And we're still in a good age where it's like, all right, well, make a mark, do something that no one in your family's ever done. And I mean, Thailand was a big one, but my sister had been in Malaysia. So she's like, yeah, I'd done that. But I kind of did that.
Sis always topping you. That was cute. That was a cute little trip you took.
All day, dude. She lived in the rainforest for a while. So she's like, yeah, I beat you there. But like just trying to do something that and even if it's just really focusing on self-awareness, you know, actually, you know, sitting down and being like, do I need therapy? You automatically think no, but you're like, you know what? Maybe that'll make me a better person too. I don't automatically cut that out of the possibility. It's just like, you know, make your life better mentally.
Come home, you hug your family, man. You like, you appreciate seeing them again. You got back what, on the 23rd, was it?
23rd.
So you have time for Christmas and everything. Did you bring back the nice sorry, I got to change back to the Riverside thing because I'm watching you. It looks like you're talking to me, but you're not. So anyway, let me get back to that. I was like, oh, I'm interrupting this motherfucker. I better stop. No, but like, did you bring back like gifts from Thailand for the family and everything?
I did.
Yeah.
Everybody got their cool. Like there's some pajama pants that everyone in Thailand wears out and about, and I bought some of those for my family.
You rocking them now too at home?
The funny thing is I didn't get myself any, only because I saw them so much that I'm like, you know what? I don't even want any. I'm just gonna get them for my family.
Did you eat the local food? You had to, right?
I did.
Best local food. Tell me what it is, Steve. What's the best thing?
I think the best local food. Their river prawns are amazing, but I ate them once and they're just, I don't like, there's something you might like. The fat, like you have to eat the fat of it. Like they somehow extract the fat and smother it on the top. And I'm like,
aren't river prawns just crawdads?
They're huge, like this big.
Oh, snap. That's not a crawdad. That's gigantic.
They're huge river prawns. And we went to a Michelin restaurant to actually try the best. And it was really good. Like, and I will say there's a Thai dish that's my favorite dish now called Morning Glory. And it
sounds very Thai.
So freaking good.
What is it? Is it beef based? Is it chicken based?
Vegetable based. Just vegetable.
Are you back on the veggie thing again?
I would if it tastes like this.
Are you eating meat currently?
I am.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm sorry. But go back, please. Morning Glory.
Yeah, that's my favorite dish. I didn't get to do the elephant thing because I'm going to do it next time in December. Because it's a whole day from 9 a.m. to like 7 p.m. You're with the elephants.
Just riding on their backs and going into the water.
You're washing them. You're like communing with them, you know, washing them, spending the day, taking them on walks. No, they don't do the riding thing. They don't like that. And so they're just elephants you chill with them for the whole day. It's the elephant sanctuary. And you wash them, you feed them, you swim with them.
I need to be chilling with more elephants, man.
Listen, bruh.
You know?
I wish you know what, Dan? You need a long trip somewhere.
Yeah. We're going to do, you know what? Every year, G, I say we're going to do something. I think this might be the year, actually, because Gail and I are like on this, like it's nothing bad, but we have to like, do some maintenance. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to go away for a while and like live and experience and stuff like that. And things have been getting stagnant.
What are you thinking?
Not with us, but just stagnant as far as just like life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be too bold. See, and maybe you can either talk me in or out of this. Okay.
Okay.
Because her number one trip, keep in mind, she's never been to Europe or anything like that, but her parents have taken her all over the place. She has been to Canada. But she's Irish. So she wants to go to Mexico. No, I'm just kidding. She wants to go to Ireland. So she wants to go to Ireland. And It's beautiful, right? Like you've seen pictures of Ireland. So the other night I was like, okay, let's look into this and see, because I don't know anything about Ireland. Mm-hmm. And I went on YouTube and we just got on some random like not tutorial, but like a guided tour is what I'm trying to say. And all I really saw with that was, hey, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that over there. Yeah. Isn't it pretty, huh? That's it, dude. I can't do a week of that shit.
Why not?
The fuck, I'm gonna look like this.
No,
all right, cool. Let's go to the next thing. That's what I'm going to do.
You're thinking that until it's so enrapturing that you're like, this is beautiful. Like you could just sit there all day and be like, oh my God.
So I'm just going to spend a whole day at a beautiful site and then go to another whole day.
You think you won't?
I mean, I guess we can definitely get in touch, like communication wise, but
yes.
And I'm not even being a smartass. I saw there was like the Blarney Castle, I think it is, where you go and you kiss the Blarney Stone, which people getting conjunctivitis. I'm not trying to kiss the Blarney Stone, Steve. You know what I'm saying?
Great point, dude.
We're in the age of bird flu now. So
listen,
I'm not trying to bring that shit back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But still, I didn't see a lot. I saw the Blarney Castle, and then I saw like the Guinness factory, which is cool. But your boy can only handle like a beer and a half now before he's hungover for 2 weeks. So what's the point of going there?
But it would be nice to just you're really going.
It's not just about me.
I've never heard anyone go to Ireland and come back and say it wasn't great.
Fucking blue. Yeah, I know.
You won't be the first.
But I want to go, and it's not just about me, you know, but I was thinking maybe we can like work out something where we can do this and then that. I have no idea of the geographical logistics of this, but I want to go to London. That's where I want to go. I want to go and I want to hang out with Johnny Bucks for a day. I want to go over to Nana's house and just hang out.
But it's not that far away.
From Ireland. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how far
it's all in Europe. You're good to go.
Okay, well.
They were telling, like, my sister blew my mind where she's like, a lot of Europe is not bigger than Texas.
Yeah.
I said, what? She's like, that's why you could take a train from Spain to this one, because it's not a big place.
Yeah, I've seen people say that because I mean, I'm just so not traveled. I'm not, I just really haven't gone hardly anywhere. Yeah. But I've seen people say that, like, I don't think Americans get it. Like, there's so much country that we have that's ridiculously huge compared to over there.
It's silly.
You know, so... Yeah, I get it.
So just go.
We're going to work it out.
Buy the ticket. That's the thing.
We're going to work it out. I just have to figure out, sorry to get all like boring on you, but where we work, Steve, we have to work out this whole like, the vacation thing.
Yeah.
So I got to do that now. And then, it's great to coordinate with 3 other people when you're trying to get something done quickly. So we'll see how it goes.
It's tough, man. I used to have to do that. I used to have to do the same thing, but since I have some years under my belt. But here's the thing. I would make it a point and just be like, I'm going to try to take a month. Try to take a month.
I don't know if I need a month. That's a lot of coin. That's a lot of coin for a month. Dude.
I understand, but you will not regret the coin. You won't look 10 years from now. You won't look back and be like, man, that would have changed my life if I would have saved that month. No, it won't.
Let me rephrase that. I'm not ready to save. I'm not saved up for a month. You know what I mean? I don't know if I could save up for a month that quickly.
It wouldn't be saving. You're getting paid because you're on vacation.
So I'm just going to go over there with my good looks and get like free stuff, room and board.
Okay. Also, it's, you know what? I don't know how expensive Ireland is.
Yeah,
that's true. I don't know how expensive it is out there.
It looks like it could be expensive, dude.
But it also, it can be more expensive in California.
Oh, you hear it? You hear it? Did you hear that damn dog?
Hey, the pooch, the nooch.
Uh-huh. There she goes. God damn it. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. But that's what we were talking about. We were talking about possibly Ireland. But then again, we want to go to like Spain. We want to go to Greece, Italy. There's lots of shit we want to do. So we'll see what happens.
My sister just came back from Spain.
Oh, yeah? Everyone's going to Spain, man. My daughter went to Spain like a couple of years ago. She says it's dope.
She sure did, dude.
Yeah. My aunt went to Spain. I would not personally do this, but her and my other aunt, they went to it was like 100-mile trek. So they stayed at like hostels. They're older than me. They stayed at hostels and then they like hiked like 100 miles across Spain. Cool. I mean, that's what you
know
want
why?
to do.
Because they took the leap, G. Like you should be doing.
I know. You see, that's what I'm saying. I got too much Fresno mentality in me right now, man.
You really do, man. Like, what's the furthest is Chicago the furthest you've ever been?
Nueva York would be the furthest.
That's the furthest.
I don't know. No, it's got to be New York. New York's got to be farther than Hawaii from here. Yeah. Whatever one's further, Hawaii or New York.
Dude, you got to get out.
I will, man. Look at you. You're all amped up now. You're all chubbed up over the travel.
Bro, I'm going again in December, man.
that's where I'm kind of envious. Not envious in the sense that I want to be doing what you're doing, but I do appreciate having like the freedom of being able to just kind of handle, like, you're just handling Steve Hudson basically. That's cool. You can do whatever you want when you want to do it. But there's just logistics involved with it. I got to make sure, the boring shit, bro. Can we get vacation at the same time? All that bullshit.
I get you.
That's all. But anyway, man,
I'm hoping, my hope for you on this wonderful eve is that you do these things.
I think I will, man, honestly. But can I just...
What is your New Year's resolution?
My resolution? I don't make those, man. Because you want to know why? Because last year I made a resolution because I was already on it. Like I was working out and everything. And I'm like, this is the year. I'm gonna get all ripped. I'm gonna start weight training. And then I injured my I got epicondylitis, and then I tore a tricep. So things didn't happen. And consequently, I haven't worked out in like a couple months now. So I don't want to do that. But the one thing that I am going to work on this year is this show for sure, and then also learning how to do like the 3D. I don't want to print.
That's
anymore,
a resolution.
Man. I want to create instead of sell.
Okay. Or
create
those are resolutions, G.
Kinda. It's just more of like ambitions. What about you? And better yet, what are your like expectations for 2025, G? Like as far as like, not necessarily with you. How do you feel this year's going to go? And any predictions?
I think the current state of America is going to force people to actually, number one, keep a close tribe and then be successful in those tribes. Like those tribes are going to keep them kind of as inoculated as they can away from, the grand scheme of things. And I think if you have a supportive tribe, you're going to try new things, and people are going to accidentally trip into things that they're successful at. Like if you're like, oh, I've always wanted to be a singer. And then you have a tribe and they're like, hey, you're really good at knitting. And all of a sudden you start making a bunch of like on Etsy, making all this money on knitting. Like I would have never thought of doing that. It's just you were encompassed by this tribe of people that finally was like, you're good at this other thing too. Even though you're a great thing at that, this other thing you're good at too. And I think a lot of people we're going to see a lot of success coming up in 2025, I think.
Right
like
here.
You doing the CD print or the 3D printing, I think it's going to explode too. My mom was even like, dang, when I showed her your 3D printing, she was like, dang, I didn't know Dan did this.
But that's the thing.
Like,
again, I
joined the club.
But I can't stress it enough, man. It's not, and I really appreciate where you think I'm like the talent you think I have, but I don't have it. It's literally going, okay, let's grab this dude's file and print. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
but yeah, there are people in Instagram that has 500,000 followers and all they do is this.
Yeah.
They're literally doing work.
I'm not trying to like take away from myself. I'm just saying I want you to understand that I'm not doing the artistic part of it.
Understand?
You know what I mean?
I get that. But I still think that you have other talents that I don't know that you probably have. I just think that there's going to be a lot of things that are going to explode this year. I think this year is.
I can do this, G. Look, that's talent right there. I don't think you can do that. See. No,
I can't.
Fucking Steve. I can do everything. I'm fucking Steve Hudson. I can
I with my middle finger.
Gee, I'm gonna screen cap that because that's so anti-Steve right there. I think I'm gonna. I got you, man. See, you gotta be careful now. Steve flipping people off and shit. Says, "Oh, sniff," but then he gives me the middle finger. You know what I mean? Okay, you got to keep your eye on Hudson, man. And also, you're going by Steven now. I understand. Is that true? Should I start referring to you as Steven?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why do I go by Steven?
Well, I'm just saying. I was on my phone the other day and I was getting ready to text you, and then like the iPhone popped up and it said new updated profile Steven Hudson, and then it had you like looking like Zorro.
They
or some
took
shit
so
with the
they
hat.
literally took what I have in their Apple information. Dude, that's scary.
Yeah. Like there was
But
a
I do
picture of
like
you.
it.
There was a picture of you. I'm not bullshitting me. There was like a picture of you like with a hat doing some like Indiana Jones kind of shit.
Texted me.
No,
Like,
from
I gotta look at
see,
this
there
crap.
you go. There you go. There you go, Steve. You got to stop with it. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. He meant McDonald's. Go on, please. This is why I fucking edit right here.
But I told you.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm
We're okay.
saying?
We're all amongst ourselves right here right now.
But someone from a place texted me, and she was like, I can't look at this every time. I'm sorry. I can't look at this every time you freaking text me. I said, it comes up every time. They're like, this is your picture now on my phone. And my husband's going to look at this and be like, who the hell?
Who is this
guy?
This slim trim brother with the hat on.
I'm like, yeah, I look like I'm supposed to be like, yeah.
Kind of hat.
Yeah,
What kind of hat is that? Do you have the hat at your house?
I do have.
Can you please put the hat on, please, for the people? Please, bro, please.
That's so not going to happen.
Oh man, see,
that is so unbelievably not going to happen.
I tried.
You tried and failed, my friend. If I had it right here, I'd do it.
Yeah, it's so far away. Your house is it's in the west end of the house,
way over yonder, yonder break.
Yeah. So where does one buy a hat like that?
You know, I got that at Target.
Really?
Yeah.
This bro coming up looking all fancy.
I was like,
with a Target hat on. That's cool. I'm not hating.
I wasn't going to even put it on, but the photographer was like, hey, dude, do you have a hat? I'm like, sure. And I brought that, and he's like, I mean, that's a lot. And then halfway through he's like, I think you should wear it. Let me get a few with that hat on. Sure.
What am I going to say? I don't want to sound, I know how it sounds, but I don't mean it that way.
Yes,
I promise you.
Please.
What compelled you,
bro,
to go like, I'm going to have a hat just in case? And what was your motivation for these pictures, by the way? I'm assuming you're putting together like a press something.
No, it was someone, people had been saying, Daniel too, was like, hey, you need professional pictures if you're going to have any kind of following on these places. You can't just be like, hi, and have like a thumbs up picture. He said, I recommend you just as an artist having professional pictures done.
Okay.
And I said, sure. And then someone sent me a friend of mine, Elaine. She was like, I have a guy that's really good and he's really nice. And he's the nicest dude on the planet. This photographer was just the nicest guy on the planet. And so I'm like, I'm glad that it all worked out. It was just so fun. It was fun more than anything.
Good job, Steve. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Dude,
yes,
there were some.
Yes. No, Steve, no.
He hid them. He's like, I won't let these out because he said, hey, can I get a few like Boys to Men Jodeci joints? And I was in that old R&B. He's like, I'm just getting them for me because this is hilarious. And they were just jokey photos. Like I'm just with my knees.
Will you please show me these photos in privacy? Please.
I will show them in privacy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And so if I ever release a Jodeci album, it's on and popping. I got it.
Hey, can I right turn on you for a second?
Hit me.
I was thinking about this, and this isn't one of those like, what can I talk about? And let's just make a funny bit. I'm dead ass serious about this. Yes. Are you a hugger?
Yes.
You're a hugger. So like you're known for your hug. Are you like, Steve's got great hugs?
I don't know if they say that.
Okay, so are you a work hugger?
Oh man, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me think.
I am not.
Let me think. If I walk up to Joelle, no.
I don't see the significance of hugs. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not. I'm not really a hugger. I'll hug my wife, of course. I hug my kids and my family and stuff like that.
I hug my manager.
That's not right. You shouldn't do that, Steve. I'm just saying. That's a no-no.
I hug my manager.
You should not hug your manager.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, male or female manager, and not that's
female.
Like. Okay. Cool. That's what I'm.
Oh, you know what? I hug your manager, your supervisor.
So anyway, Steve, what I was saying about the hugs at work.
Every time we see each other.
I don't see the significance of it, man. Like there's just people that have to hug every single day. I saw you yesterday.
Absolutely.
Why the fuck am I need to hug you again? Like I don't get it. Does that make me unfriendly?
Yes, it does. It's a you thing.
I'm not saying it's not a me thing. I'm just saying, does it make me unfriendly? You're saying it does make me unfriendly, but I'm friendly in every other aspect.
Doesn't. Well,
I'll do the whole thing. Hey, I never understood handshakes, fist bumps, fucking. I never understood it. So it's fine. It's an acknowledgement, and and that's the thing now. Like motherfuckers come back at you like from 10 feet away. Hey, bro. Hey, man. They come up all with the fist and everything, and I do that. But like, I'm not. There's just people that hug every day.
Yeah.
And it bugs me because like, why? I saw you yesterday.
Bro, because they want closeness. They feel closer to you than you feel to them.
Oh, they're not hugging me. No one hugs me.
Oh,
I'm like,
it's not you.
Yeah, you know how like if you got a sink, if you got like a sink full of grease and you put the water, the soap in it, bloop. Yeah, that's how it is, man. Like I got my fucking space. Oh, wow. I don't do that shit. Yeah, and there's people that know. There's people, and honestly, I reserve my fist bumps for people too. There's just some people that don't get a bump or a hug. That's the way it works. Maybe I am unfriendly. I don't mean to be.
Dude,
I'm very helpful.
What's going on with you?
I'm very helpful and like I want to help you out, and I want to know about your problems and stuff. Not really, but
That's the opposite of what I would think you were too.
I've never been a hugger. Okay, that's not true. I used to be a semi-hugger. Like I would be down with, hey, how you doing? You know? But then this whole culture started at not this job that I'm at now, but a job maybe 2-3 jobs back. And there was like this like sexual harassment thing that happened, or an accusation because of a hug. Okay. Yeah, not me, but I'm just saying, I'm like, I think I'm good. I don't need to be hugging anybody. And that's when I went across the board. No fucking hugs. Mom gets a hug. Gail gets a hug. Kids get hugs. I give you a hug, bro. But I'm just saying, I don't need to be hugging like everyone. And there's people there that just, hey, they come way back. They want the hugs. I don't do it. And I was just curious if maybe maybe I'm the asshole, and I think maybe I am.
Yeah. No, it depends. If someone comes in for a hug, if they come in for a hug and you say no, well then but if they don't even approach, then you're not bad.
I don't do that. I don't be like, nah, back up with your hug. I don't do that. I mean, I'll be like, hey,
well, then you're not bad.
And then I do the little.
They mean people sense you're not a hugger, and they don't even.
Yeah, they don't even fuck with it anymore. To be honest with you, but on occasion, it will. Hey, or like they reserve them for happy birthdays, Merry Christmases, things like that. But even then, I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't do the squeeze. Unless it's like somebody I haven't seen for a long time, we do the slap hands.
And that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there are special occasions where I'll bust out hugs. Like if I was to go to C2E2 and see all the crew, hugs for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a daily. I hugged you yesterday.
Yeah.
Why do I need to hug you?
That's not very often at our place of business now.
Huge culture where I am.
That's not a thing.
It's weird as fuck to me, and it's just like every day around.
I don't know anybody that if I see them out of family, that if I saw them every day, we'd hug every day.
You would hug your mom every day? I hug my mom every time I see her.
Every time I see my mom, I give her a kiss and I hug her.
Yeah, you got to do that because,
every single time.
to. It's just the rules.
But outside of family, there's no one that I'd hug every day.
Yeah.
If I saw them every day.
Okay, all right. But
we should, because you don't know when the last hug you're going to give them is.
That's true. But see, people hugging you, they're going to get the dirty ass hands on the back of their clothes and stuff.
Well, not anymore. They're going to be extra clean.
I bet
I'm going to clean their shirt.
I want to go to your house with a black light and just see what's cracking on the walls.
Now it's going to be perfect.
Yeah. Did you go in there with like bleach? Brought in the team, the 2319.
But yeah. Oh, here's a question: kiss on cheek.
I'm not kissing anybody on the cheek except for family. Family, yeah. But
that's it. There's no friends you kiss on cheek.
No. I don't. Let me think. No,
that's what I'm thinking about.
Not a one.
Is there a kiss on cheek?
That's invasive to me, bro.
I would say older mamas, like at church, I give them a kiss on the cheek. Hey, mama. Like if they consider me like their son, they know me that, like, yeah, I give them a kiss on the cheek.
Okay, but I was
no one in the age range of 25 to 50. No,
I'm not hugging anybody like Gen Z.
No,
and forward. You know what I mean?
But no, I will if I see them ever so often, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel the need for it. You know what I mean? Like but I was specifically talking about work in that question that I was posing to you.
But in general, is there anyone in your life that you see occasionally? Would you hug them if they're within the ages of 25 to 55?
Oh, I'm sure. There's people. There's family. That's it. It's reserved.
Not family. I'm saying friends.
I would hug anybody and I'm not even saying it just because of like. Yes. What we're doing, but anyone in say the HON crew, I would hug. Anybody in the leftover army crew that I'm cool with, yeah, they get hugs. But that's kind of the extent. My boy Matt, when I see him, because I don't see him that often, dude gets a hug. You know what I mean? But it's just not that. Like I said, this wasn't really a bit. Like I was legit asking if you're a hugger.
Because that also makes me curious because I don't think kisses on the cheek used to be a big thing some years back. Yeah, and it's kind of faded away after COVID.
I wonder if they still get down like that in Europe. You think they're fucking with the
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's unhealthy, man.
That's so ingrained. But they don't really kiss. They do a cheek thing.
Yeah.
They're not really
They're air kissing.
connecting.
It's a cheek air
kiss.
Yes,
dude.
I guess. Can we start greeting each other that way, G? Like when I see you? Gotta be like, what's up, Steve?
Let's do it.
But just we didn't kiss.
What that George Clooney you got going.
Yeah. Is it gonna be a little too rough for you? You got some scruff too, though, man.
I do, but yours is way thicker though.
Nah, it's all nice and conditioned though, man. I use that beard conditioner on it.
Do you condition it?
Yeah, you got to. You really? I'm gonna take it off though pretty quick. Like it's springtime. You know what I mean? Got to start Because you don't want to be sweating in your beard and stuff. Yeah, you don't want to do none of that.
Why don't you goatee it?
That's very 90s to me. You mean, wait, okay, hold on. You can see me, right? So like, are you talking like where this is all gone? Sorry, folks, you're just gonna have to deal with it.
No, I'm talking about the whole thing.
Just this. Like, in other words, that.
Yeah,
I used to have it like that. That's very 90s to me. That's very 90s, Dan. I don't think I don't know, because that's what I wore in the 90s. And then there's that other thing where it's just this.
I hate that.
Now, see, that's the thing. I feel more comfortable with that, but I don't do it often.
It looks ridiculous.
And no, it does. It can, but it looks ridiculous when people start it from like the bottom of their lip and then work their way down. You got a little something right here. It's not that bad. It's subtle. You know what I mean? You got to have a little.
The John B. chin strap.
I'm thinking maybe like just nice chops into the mustache, no chin.
Bro, you look so crazy. You would look so
I'll take
insane.
some pictures. I do that every time I shave a beard off, man. I'll end up with like the nice Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu, surprisingly, looks pretty bomb on me. I'm just saying.
All right, dude, if you went to work like that, I would laugh my head off.
I should.
They'd be like, who is this cat right now, G?
Hey, again, there's other things. There's all these things I want to talk about with you. And it's like, it's okay because we got time. We have all of 2025, y'all. I'm serious. We're going to do this. I promise you. But I got this little bit of an agenda, Steve, because there was something that you said to me last time we talked. And I take umbrage with this. So I really want to bring this up. I'm going to shift this into a little more of an aggressive conversation.
Hit me.
We're going to have to talk about the Superman trailer. I told you I liked the Superman trailer, and you told me that's ridiculous. Why?
And this is just the vibe I get. Okay. Here's the thing. There are very cutesy moments, the dog and such, very cutesy stuff.
Yeah. Everyone needs a Grogu, you know?
In everyone, and they're trying to recapture the happiness of Christopher Reeve. That's what everyone chases. That is what people are chasing.
Yeah.
Is that guy.
I think they're more capturing, I agree with you, but I think it's more about like the aspect of hope as opposed to happiness.
I don't think that he's the guy. No part of him reminds me of Superman. He looks like a guy in a costume.
But you instantly, I'll agree that I don't think the costume is as flattering as, I think the best costume, honestly, is the Cavill costume. That's just my opinion. I always thought the Cavill costume is insane. And for that matter, I think even though Chris Reeve is my Superman, I call him Chris because that's how we are.
Because you know him.
Yeah, you know, I was there when he needed me. His costume's not as good, but he's my Superman. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But Cavill's costume's insane because it looks like it's alien. You know, I like that.
Yes.
But here's my deal with Cavill is that he only looks like Superman. I've always said it. He's crazy wooden, bro. Like, I don't know what it is about him. I've never really seen him do anything where I'm like, that movie, he was the shit. I don't care about the pump in the arms and all that shit.
No, he was really good in Mission Impossible.
He was good. Really good.
And then that other movie where he's like a gladiator of some sort, he was great. That's the first time I saw him. And I was like, who's this kid? He's pretty good. And then The Witcher, I thought he was really good.
I just think he has a look. And I think that I don't know. It's like this weird thing like Prince where like males are drawn to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good looking motherfucker, true. That kind of thing. That's how,
for real, dude.
You know what I'm saying when I say that.
Absolutely.
I think there's definitely this kind of thing with him where it's about his looks. He's fuck it, I'll say it. He's a beautiful guy, man. That dude's fucking massive and like got all the looks and the hair and everything.
He has it going for him.
He's got it going on. I don't think he's going to have a problem with the ladies at any point in this, or the suitor of his choice. But what I'm getting at is that he's boring as fuck, bro. I just don't see it. This guy, Corn Sweat is his last name. David Corn Sweat, I think is who it is. He's got a little personality. Did you see Twisters?
Yeah.
He was in that. I mean, he had like, 3 lines, but you could see there's something there.
The funny part is when I was looking at him, I was like, oh, I see the Clark Kent thing.
Yeah.
When I was watching him. However, I don't believe, because here's the thing. For me, the rank is obviously best Superman, Christopher Reeve. Mm-hmm. Second best and best Superman. I think Cavill is the best Superman voice. I think he had a great Superman booming, like low, good voice.
Okay, I'll give you the tone of the voice, sure.
It's perfect.
But there was no substance there. It was so wooden and so like.
You think even his Clark Kent was wooden?
I mean, yeah. I'm not saying he was terrible, Steve. I'm not saying that at all. I loved Man of Steel. I'm one of the people that will defend that movie.
I think it's a good movie.
Yeah,
man.
it's a great movie. And he wasn't bad in that. But I mean, carrying on with the rest of the movies, I just didn't ever think he did anything. I feel like I'm not even really betting on Corn Sweat for that matter. I think I'm betting on James Gunn. And I think that he knows how to make a good movie where people can, like, I don't think he's going to make like Guardians, but Superman. I think he knows, what am I trying to say? Thought about this. I think that he kind of like understands people, if that makes sense. And how there's, and he can like blend people together very well, as opposed to like saying, okay, we're going to make Superman wooden, and then we'll get a wooden Perry Mason, come on now. Perry, what the fuck's his name? Oh, Perry White. Sorry. Perry White, Lois Lane. They were all pretty wooden in the DCU, Snyder's DCU. I think the only one that was really like popping was, honestly, was The Flash. He was good. Batman. I loved Affleck's Batman. I don't think you liked Affleck's Batman.
I don't know why people didn't like that. I really don't understand it.
And I'll even give credit to Jason Momoa, although I didn't like Aquaman. Like he had something. He was a personality.
He was the perfect cast. It was the most perfect casted. And then when we watched it, we were like, what was it? 5 minutes in, we were like, oh no.
Yeah. But then I'll even go, and I know we've established the Gal Gadot. I know where you're at with her, and I agree with you. But like, again, I think she looked absolutely fantastic.
She could have been great. She could have been great.
Fantastic.
Dude.
Nothing there. So
nothing there. Dude.
I really think
Cavill's better than Gadot. Dude.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But I think that you're kind of like putting all your eggs in one basket a little too soon. You got to give credit. You like all the Guardians movies, right?
I did like the Guardians until the last one. I didn't like the last one.
You didn't like the last one. I like the first and third, but okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but here's the thing. For me, I think it's tough because I don't think, you know how like when they brought out the Avengers when they first casted them?
Yeah.
And every single person that they showed on stage were like, yep, that's the
Perfect.
yep, that's like every single I was like, these are perfect casting. So much so that they're like, we don't care that Chris Evans was already in a Marvel movie because he's so perfect for this part. We're going to put him there anyway. I don't think James Gunn is that dead on with his casting. He hasn't gotten that gift. Marvel had the gift of, we knew Chadwick Boseman. They just knew, we know exactly who to put in these parts. He's going to make this guy Superman. Before Chris Evans even was Captain America, I saw him. I said, that's Captain America. Before Hemsworth was Thor, when he walked on that stage, I'm like, he doesn't have to do a thing. That guy's Thor already. He's not Superman yet. And he's even put out a trailer, and I'm still not. But now, if you watch the movie and he's great, I'd be like, it took this to make him Superman. It wasn't when they walked on stage, I was like, that is exactly them.
Okay.
Without even a frame being shown. That's how good Marvel was.
I agree with you. I think Corn Sweat can pull it off as far as just his look. I don't know what you're not seeing as opposed to seeing, you know what I mean, with him? Like, I see it. Like, I look at him and he essentially looks like Cavill if you think about it.
So that would mean that if he can pull it off, that means every white dude in his age, in his like build range, in his age range could do it. He just looks like Cavill looked different. I can at least say that if I saw Cavill walking down the street, I'd say, that's a different looking human being.
Yeah, I mean,
this guy looks like a dude I saw somewhere.
He looks like
before.
a dude that just works at the doctor's office.
Bingo,
I give you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you that.
Cavill looked different. Like, I'm like, wow, like if he walked in and like my girl was like, this is a friend from work, I'd be like, hell no, it ain't a friend.
It's not your friend from work anymore. I mean, I'm not gonna tell him. You're gonna tell him. I'm not telling him shit.
Exactly. But this guy, I'm like, yeah, he looks like a friend from work.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Not buying it, dude.
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Also, Reeve had a gift of when he took off his glasses and puffed up his chest, he was Superman.
That's still the dumbest cliche in comics, period. I was watching rewatching the first episode of is it Clark? Superman and Lois? That's what it's called, right? I mean, I've never watched the whole thing, but Superman, the newest series. Great series from what I've seen so far.
I really enjoyed the first few. Yeah, I did. I liked it.
So the first episode, his kids don't know. Sorry, folks, if you're like into old shows and spoilers, but his kids don't know that he's in fact Superman. And they're like, Dad, come on, give me a break. And he just goes, and they're like, fuck. It's the stupidest thing ever.
Are you serious? I didn't even know that. I didn't watch that. I didn't see that episode.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's any one of them though. Like even in the Donner movies, all he had to do was he's massive. Like it's not like he like grew muscles. Clark Kent was massive,
true, dude.
And he just takes off his glasses and he changes his voice.
I think Batman's the most reasonable, where it's like if you don't really know that person's face really well, you could be like, he looks familiar, I just can't place him.
So you're not, I thank you for bringing up Batman, because you're not necessarily like not down with the fact that there's yet another Superman. You're just saying that you don't see this guy.
I don't see him as it.
Okay. Because I'm like, there's like 19 Batman. But he's
Batman. The thing is, he's gonna do well. Like the movie's gonna be good, but when people are like, see, we're like, no, it took a good movie to turn him into Superman. I just think, and before Marvel, it was that way. They just changed the game where you didn't have to see a frame to see that person as that person, because that's how good the casting was. I just don't think they were able to nail it this time around. They're just like, he's good, he can do the job, let's just move this along. I don't know if that's where they're at. That's where they're at. They're not like, we saw his picture and we're like, that's Superman. That is Superman. Because Hemsworth wasn't even like a massive thing, like Cabin in the Woods. And, the story is...
And he was like kind of... he wasn't scrawny, but he certainly wasn't like Thor. But he was still believable.
But Homeboy saw him in Cabin in the Woods, and they were like... They said they start calling him Thor on the set. And then later on, what's his name? Oh, the dude that directed one of the Avengers before he got into all that trouble.
I'm drawing a blank right now. Sorry.
Age of Ultron. He directed Age of Ultron.
Drawing a blank, G. I'm sorry.
Anyway, he ended up being Joss Whedon. He's the one that did Cabin in the Woods.
I forgot that guy was a scandal, wasn't he?
Thor. And then one day he was just like, hey, that kid back at Cabin in the Woods, he looked like Thor. And he does look like Thor. He turned into, when whatever juice they're giving those Marvel characters were pretty amazing. Because, it was just getting on Huff. But again, I just don't think that they didn't quite nail the Superman. But again, the movie's going to be, this guy is so good at directing. He knows he is such a good director that he's going to direct a good Superman movie. There is no way of getting around. If he doesn't, then he did it on purpose. But he's going to direct a good Superman movie. I do not believe that without the incredible movie, he would have been like, oh, I can see him as Superman. No, you're going to need an incredible movie to see him as Superman.
I've only seen James Gunn in like his movies, I should say. They're either like gritty, and not when I say gritty, I don't mean like gritty looking, but like, they're a little edgy. For instance, Suicide Squad, or for instance, recently Creature Commandos, where there's profanity and sex.
His Dawn of the Dead was amazing.
And Dawn of the Dead, exactly. But then there's the only other side that I've seen of him is, of course, and Peacemaker as well. But like the only other side that I've seen of him is the Guardian side. That's not gritty for the purpose of this conversation. So it's like, I'm trying to figure out, I feel like he's only got 2 speeds. And I'm wondering, is he going to be able to kind of like, is it just going to be like more of a Guardians type movie, which I'm totally fine with. I like the feel of those movies. I like the character building, and I like that when they make, I like the humor involved with it too.
Absolutely.
But it would be kind of cool to do the mix of the two. I don't want to talk about the plot or anything because it's all kind of just hearsay, but there's like talk of like Bizarro being in it. That would be kind of dope. Really? Yeah. Now see, that would be kind of dope. So if you can make that gritty, that would be cool. I think the movie's going to be great, but who knows? It could be an absolute shit movie. You know what I'm saying? But I'm hopeful for it.
I don't think it can be bad. James Gunn is really, really
if anything,
good.
It'll be fine. But I think it's going to be a great movie. I don't know what it is. I just feel like if I was James Gunn, I'd be like, all right, I've just got this property that is so like, not to sound stupid, but like sacred to a lot of people. Do you know what I'm saying?
It is the most sacred Marvel or comic book property I think there is.
And to me, it seems like this is his make or break moment. Sure, he's messed around with Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, but now he's got the big daddy. And if he fucks this up, why would they want to continue with Battinson?
That's true, because he showed that he can make fumbles. He's shown that he's able to fumble. It's just, will he not fumble this ball?
Yeah. And going back, I completely forgot about Joss Whedon, dude. Like that dude was just so far out of my head. I completely forgot about that. When you were asking me, I'm like, yeah.
He was magic for a long time, man.
Buffy and all that shit.
Buffy and then Marvel and then, but Marvel didn't play that bull jive. when those issues came up, they're like, guess where you're going? Out the office.
Yeah.
But the one thing they also had, they had Jon Favreau.
Johnny Favs is always going to say
they didn't really need, like, once you have him, here's the thing. If I were DC, the first person I would have called for that job of head of DC was Johnny Favreau. He might have gotten the call first. Or he might be under contract or something with Disney.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think the Disney money's going to be
the first person I call.
Disney money going to be keeping him like in line. I think. I don't think
Disney money is so silly. Even though DC got money, Disney money is different. I think.
I mean, it's paying for this current administration that's going to be coming up here. That's a whole other story. Though. We won't talk about that. Shit. I promised we wouldn't, so I won't.
Do you think they could have gotten Johnny Favs?
Who are you talking about? Warner Brothers? Is it Warner Brothers?
Yeah. Do you think they could have gotten him?
From Disney? No, I don't think so. I don't think Warner Brothers is on the same playing field as Disney. Disney's just, come on, dude. It's Disney. You know what I mean?
But then being able to say, I'm in charge of DC?
I don't know. I don't think so. You mean like, in other words, Johnny Favs instead of James Gunn?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Favs is where he's supposed to be. I think he's more of a Star Wars guy. And I think as long as he doesn't let like Kathleen Kennedy get her little talons in there a little too much, like they gotta fix Star Wars, but that's a whole other story. I think that's where he's supposed to be though, and I think he's the guy that could actually fix it. Some people think, well, he's doing all the throwbacks, the cute baby, the Grogu, Baby Yoda,
he's
and all
so
that shit.
Good, man.
But
so
he's good at it though. It's like magic when he does it. So I think he's good where he needs to be. I think Gunn's exactly where he's supposed to be, and I think he's gonna. I think that the Snyder people will be angry as they always will be, but I think we're in good hands.
Funny thing doesn't sound like Snyder is his people are pissy, but he's always like, hey, I wish the director nothing but the best. But I don't think he ever tries to control his army. He says nice things, but he never tries to control his armies of minions at all. He's like, look, I wish him nothing but the best. I'm like, well, then tell your people to chill. No, they're gonna do what they do. And look, I think it's tough because, like, unfortunately, ever since, when's the last time like WB knocked a comic book movie out of the park? Is it Tim Burton? Is that the last time?
Well, what's the comic book movie from Tim Burton? A non-comic book movie or a comic book movie?
Comic, like Batman.
Oh shit, you're going way back. Yeah.
Is that the last one? As in they changed the game. Have they done it since?
Yeah, I would have to say it's probably the first Batman. And even Batman Returns for that matter.
How crazy is that's a long time ago.
That's a long ass time for sure. Yeah. It's time for a reboot for sure. But I don't know. Like I think that's why they got Gunn, because I think he's more closer to a Feige than like say Favs would be.
No, you're right. And also I have a feeling that another reason they got him is he worked over there. He knows his way around. Knows the secret sauce a little. Yeah,
he knows where the cafeteria is.
Yes, dude. But I don't know, because remember when they had the setup for all the movies he's going to be doing, I think a lot of people were like, oh, we thought that he'd go with more prevalent, let's lock him in. Superman's the prevalent. I think he's going, I don't know if he's going to do the I want to make $18 billion movies. I think he's going to be like, no, I want to make character things where it's like, oh, this is an interesting, hero that I can do something with.
He thinks outside the box. Like, again, Peacemaker, dude, and Creature Commandos. I wish you've seen Creature Commandos. I think I'm going to have to find a way to get you the, actually, what am I talking about? I'm going to give you my password, G. You need to watch Creature Commandos.
No, but I think it's going to be on rent eventually.
Yeah, but
I can just rent it.
Or I could just give you the password and then you can watch it.
I mean, that's one way.
That's an easier route to do.
That is an easier route. Yeah. Is it that good?
I really like it, man. It's edgy as fuck. It's just different. It's just a different way of writing, I think. I just like seeing that. It's like I like the anti-hero stuff, So it's good. And it's got David Harbour's in it. Matter of fact, let me give you the rundown of who's in it, because it's actually pretty nice cast here, my friend. Let's pull it up over here on the old IMDb. That's the one thing, Steve. Us not recording regularly, which I'm glad we're getting back to that. Like I'm not as quick as so let's talk about episode 1, season 1, where blah 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 blah. I'm just not there right now. I'm not there. But yeah, you got the let's see, so Indira. I've never heard of this person. Indira Varma. Do you know who that is?
I don't know, but I love the name.
That's a nice name. She plays the bride, is in The Bride of Frankenstein rather, and she's really good in that. Sean Gunn is in it as Weasel. I mean, we know why Sean Gunn's in it. Alan Tudyk as Dr. Phosphorus.
Oh, I love Alan Tudyk.
Dude, he's great. He's fucking great in it. And he also, I believe, plays oh God, who was it? Because there's this GI Robot, I think is what his name is in there. And I'm pretty sure that's him too. But then they have like Rick Flag, who's like Rick Flag's dad in this. And Viola Davis is in it as Amanda Waller. Dude, it's a good cast, and I think you should watch it. I wouldn't steer you wrong, my friend, or at least I would have good intentions of trying to get you to watch a good show.
And you've watched all of them?
I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 left. I'm not sure if we're on the Pentultimate or not this week, but good shit.
Look at this guy. What made you even turn it on?
My son. He's like, did you hear about Creature Commandos? I'm like, man, I ain't trying to fuck around with some cartoons, bruh. And then I started watching it with them, and it was really fucking good. And then, of course, I started seeing people.
It's a proper cartoon?
Yeah, I mean, it's an animated series. I call everything cartoons. It's not like anime, or it looks like a DC cartoon, basically.
Because I never finished the X-Men 90s. I couldn't get into it.
I couldn't get into it either, man. People were like, they were just creaming over that show, and I'm watching it. But here's the thing. I wasn't into it to begin with. Like, I don't have the 90s nostalgia of that.
That's true.
So, you know what I mean? If you're just like diving in, like if they did like, say, I don't know, Thundercats or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be down with that. When people get all jizzy about like Transformers, I'm not feeling it because I missed that whole thing.
How did you miss Transformers? You were in my age group.
I got some years on you, dude. You know?
You really don't. You're 5 years older than me, dude.
And think about, okay, so when I was 5, you weren't even existing.
Yeah, but when I was playing with freaking Transformers at 4, you were 9. Mm-hmm. That's right in your age bracket.
Man, I was living some rough shit back when I was 9, man.
You really were.
I saw some shit and some things and some stuff, dude. No, I don't know. I just wasn't my thing. I wasn't into like Ninja Turtles or any of that shit. So sometimes on podcasts, I'd be getting a little bit quiet when I'm guesting. You know what I mean?
I'm shocked you weren't into it.
Like, right, Dan? I'm like, oh, yeah, like a motherfucker, for sure. That's about all I'm going to give.
I don't like any of that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
So you didn't like the first Transformers?
It was fine. It was good. It just wasn't.
Who also fell off.
What's that?
I said with Shia, who also fell off.
Oh, yeah, everyone's falling off, man. Bumblebee was good. I like Bumblebee. That was a good one.
I never saw Bumblebee.
Transformers 1, which is new. I think it's on like... is it on Max or is it Peacock? It's another animated thing. That? It's like Optimus Prime when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Or young, or whatever you want to call a young robot, you know, growing up in the world. But that looked okay, but like the first 10 minutes of it is that kind of like cartoon comedy where like if they're going to do a big jump, it's whoa, like that kind of shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm just not into that kind of shit. That's what turned me off.
You're not into it at all?
No, I'm not feeling
it, dude.
Hey, you got a game or anything, man?
I do have a game.
Let's do a game before we get the fuck out of here, bro.
All right. It's a game I created this week. You know what made me create this is one of the first games that were actually created from our friendship.
Oh yeah?
And it's called To the Best of My Knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge. Well, let's hear.
Hold on, let me put that name because I'm gonna forget it. Because I forget all the names. You remember these joints.
Hey, while he's pulling this up, I haven't done this for a while. So what the hell? Let's do it. If you want to get a hold of the show, there's all this room now. Like, I don't do Twitter anymore. We don't do Twitter anymore, so this is going to be real short. If you want to get a hold of the show, hit us up at Heroes of Noise Podcast at gmail.com. Let's just leave it at there. Go to the website, heroesofnoise.com. We're paying for that shit. I think you should look at it. If not, we'll just take it off, and then you can just look at it on Facebook or something like that. But I'm going to leave this music on because it's time to play a game.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. Hold on, let me get this.
That's all right. Maybe I won't leave this music on. It's live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We're doing I guarantee people don't know what you're talking about,
this
dude.
Old dude saying.
It's so funny. I remember when that was a big deal. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna call it To the Best of My Knowledge. Okay. And the second possible title of this is called I Have to Imagine. Whichever one you want to call it, Dan, after this. Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, or I have to imagine.
Or I have to imagine.
Got it. Okay.
So what this is I'm going to ask you a scientific question, and you're going to have to the best of your ability, even if you're wrong, try to walk through probably how it works.
Okay. All right.
So if I ask you, how does a iPhone work? And you're going to have to be like, well, I have to imagine there is and just walk through as best as you can.
So to be successful in this game, you have to be a bullshit artist, basically.
Or you can, the thing is, here's the satisfaction.
Like Templeman's going to know all these answers. If Adam's by any chance
I
watching.
I have the answers here.
Yeah, and Adam will know them. I'm just saying. But for me, I'm probably going to have to be a bullshit artist.
And here's the thing, though. Here's why I thought it was a fun game, because at the end, you'll be surprised at how many things you got right off of sheer logic.
Okay.
You're like, oh, I guess that is how that would be. Like, yeah, because you walked it through and said, well, to the best of my knowledge, it would have to be like this.
That's how I have to answer, kind of like in the form of, like, you know how like Jeopardy you have to answer in the form of a question?
Be like, you don't even have to say it. You can just be like, okay, here we go.
But that's
and
no
walk
fun.
It through however you want.
I got to say it.
Oh, you're going to say, I have to imagine?
I have to say it, dude. You have to say it. I mean, come on. What are we doing here?
Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Why is ocean water clear in a cup, but blue from the sky?
Well, Steve, to the best of my knowledge, I think that we're going to have to get a little scientific about this and just refer to the spectrum of color. Let's start with the spectrum of color. So you're saying that water is clear in the glass, but blue in the ocean.
Bingo.
Green, blue, whatever you want to call it.
Why is the ocean water clear when you put it in a glass?
Well, because I think what it is that you're dealing with the depth of the water. You're dealing with the reflection of the sky. And of course, to the best of my knowledge, Steve, I believe that every color is like, I think blue's not actually in the water. I think it has something to do with the spectrum, the color spectrum, reflective properties.
Hey, dude, keep going, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just a whole bunch of other shit that you probably don't understand, man. I don't want to like make people, I don't want to confuse people, and I like people to think I'm a certain level of intelligence and they don't know I'm way up here. You know what I mean? But that's where I'm at, to the best of my knowledge.
That is mighty correct.
Yeah, I think it's a reflective issue, and it's the lack of the blue hue. Am I close? Why don't you go ahead and give me the actual explanation?
That is actually the answer, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Water absorbs other colors but allows blue light to pass through, meaning it is blue. In small amounts of water, the blue isn't noticeable, but it becomes noticeable when there is more. That's why the deep end of a pool looks darker.
Yeah, it's the depth.
It looks like a darker bingo.
There it is.
And they were saying that water absorbs all other shades of color, but it lets blue through because it's already a little blue anyway.
Yeah,
but it absorbs all.
It's like we might as well, let's let the rest of it in. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn, that is amazing.
I tried.
I wouldn't have gotten that answer.
Thank you. All right, well, let's see what else I can. Let me see how else I'm going to wow you with the best of my knowledge.
Number 2. Why does the moon look large on the horizon, but very small when it's in the sky?
Large on the horizon, but very small when it's in the sky. Well, Steve, to the best of my knowledge, I think this is going to have to do with the actual position of the moon in proportion to the Earth. In relation to the Earth, I should say. So if it's on the horizon, I'm assuming you're more like, are you saying this is the moonrise?
Yeah, like right there. Yeah,
I do believe that the moon is closest to the Earth in its ascent, and as it ascends, it becomes further away, therefore giving it the appearance of it being smaller. To the best of my knowledge, Steve, but I don't know shit.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, hit me up because I know I was wrong.
The moon is actually the same size. It's called the moon illusion. Since you're referencing it against smaller things, our brains consider it bigger. It is actually the same size throughout the whole sky, and it's a legends old thing called the moon illusion that astrologers have known for a long time. So it's actually the same size. Our brains thinks it's bigger because it's in comparison with other things that are on the horizon.
But like, what if you go outside and they say, hey, go look at the moon. It looks so big outside right now. And it's like usually the kind of orange, kind of smoggy, the smoggy moon. That is clearly bigger than when you look
size.
Way the fuck up there.
Our brains make that happen. It's called the moon illusion.
Yeah, man, I'm not buying that, G. I like my answer better. I think people are bullshitting you, G, to the best of their knowledge. And it ain't working out so well.
It does not, in fact, get closer.
All right. If you say
Good
so.
job, though.
If you say so.
All right, the last question. To the best of your knowledge, how does a rotary phone work? And I'm going to keep it simple. As in, when you dial, how does it know that your finger hit the 5 and other numbers when you're dialing a rotary? For all those in the listening that don't know what a rotary phone is, it's the one. Oh shoot! How do I explain it?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, Steve,
you put your finger and you like twist it and it rotates back.
Remember when you go over to your old ass not even probably for most of you youngsters, your grandma's house, more like your great grandma's house.
Great grandma's,
and she'd break out that ice cream that had the protective layer on it. I mean, it was just all fucking icy and gross. And remember that? And you'd maybe get some buttermilk or some shit. But that house kind of smelled funky a little bit. Grandpa smelled. You love Grandpa, but he smelled funky. That's the house where you're gonna find it. They got the big TV. And if they're Mexican, they got the big TV that doesn't work anymore. And then they got the sheet over the big TV with the smaller TV on top. That's the house I'm talking about.
I've never seen that before.
Oh, well, you're not Mexican, man, but this is a real thing.
This is true.
Yeah, any Mexican out there knows exactly what I'm talking about.
So it's definitely at your wife's house too.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Every room. Irish jigs and big Mexican TVs. So I think what it is, Steve, and this phone is it's got like the dial on it, right? With the hole, so you move it. And that there is the answer. Each number has like a little key to it, and as you click it, it like locks in place. It knows how many I guess digits
Clicks.
You can say, how many clicks that it needs to get like 9. So it's probably got like 9 has 9 clicks and so on.
Dude, I don't even need to read it. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of.
I don't even need to read the description because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, we need some more questions, dude, because that one was pretty easy.
That wasn't actually, dude. You'd be surprised at how many people would have been like, "How would they know how the crap?" Because you don't pay attention. You're the only human. You probably maybe on the spectrum because you're like, those clicks you hear. I'm like, the clicks you hear. When I read it, I was like, "What clicks? I didn't hear no clicks. I heard."
Can I do one for you?
Oh no!
I mean, the same game. I just decided.
I know, but dude, I already know. I'm already knowing I'm not going to notice, G.
No, I think you might actually because we fucked with this a lot. So I'm just wondering if maybe you can break it down for the youngsters out there. All right. Is that the sound, or is it more of a heish that you make?
That's what I do.
There it is. I like that, man. You'd be like Anne Heche.
Oh, I just read about her. That's weird.
What happened with Anne Heche?
Only because I was like, wasn't she in Fresno? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, that's where all that crazy shit went down. Yeah.
And then she died.
Yeah, she did. She didn't die in Fresno, though.
No, and the weird thing is I was like, Dan would have known about that. I was like, they said she was conscious when she went into the ambulance. I was like, and then you could just die after being oh yeah, it was a brain thing happening.
I don't want to, I know we're getting kind of sidetracked, but I don't, I'm, to the best of my knowledge, Steve, I think we were living in the Tower District when that went down. I think maybe I'm making that shit up, but if we weren't living in the tower when that went down, coincidentally rather, it happened like just a few streets over from where we were.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah, we were right there, man. I heard everything. No, I really do think that we were there in the tower.
Dude, that is crazy.
But I could be wrong. So we lived there between what was it? We got married we were like 97 to like 2003. So as long as it falls,
you were there.
I'm pretty sure we were there. All right, are you ready?
Is crazy.
I think you know this one, man.
All right.
So, yeah, you ready? Let's do this here. Get back to this. All right, everybody, it's my turn. I'm going to go ahead and take over and do a game show voice and ask you, Steve, a cassette tape. Do you know what a cassette tape is, right?
Oh, no.
A cassette tape. We love them. We know them. We love them. We used to make mixtapes with them, Steve. We would court women with them. We would put our favorite songs on there. I know I did. I would even talk into mine in between. Probably why I'm doing something like I'm doing right now. But cassette tapes, I loved them, and I kind of hope that they come back at some point, even though they're in the fringe. Can you please, Steve, tell me how a cassette tape works?
This is such a good question, dude. To the best of my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, hold on. I would have to, so to get sound onto that sheet, there would have to be grooves as there are on a record, probably.
So
Maybe.
You are saying, just to keep everybody in the loop here, you are saying same properties as vinyl.
Yes, but smaller. And then when you play it, those grooves transfer
Okay. All right.
into a metal, some sort of magnetic thing into sound.
Bro, like
I think that the sound is actually on the grooves on the actual tape strip.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. So, Steven, come on. So
you got to think after this, you got to think of, we're going to do a couple of these. We'll just off the cuff.
Okay, wait.
How does a cassette
There has
tape work?
to be, there has to be grooves on the slide because it cannot make sound happen without, if there's no magnetic, you can't make it magnetically.
This word you keep saying though is a very good word. you're in the neighborhood. Are those drums behind you, bro? You got a drum set?
Yes. Oh yeah, that was my first instrument drum.
Is it a full set?
Uh-huh.
Jay, I'm gonna come over and we'll jam, okay?
Hey!
Yeah, for sure. For real. But anyway, cassette tapes. We'll record it on a cassette tape.
But there's no way, because I've seen the metal that touches the thing.
Yes. And maybe, Steve, could that be the magnet?
I would have, but even if it's a magnet,
Yeah.
I don't know how the magnet would take sound away from the. Wait.
That's how it sounds when I bang my nose into the microphone.
Hold on. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
This tape, it gets magnetized to the top, and from there, since it's magnetized, the grooves are then read and sound comes out of your speakers.
Okay. All right. Would you like to hear?
Answer.
That's your final answer.
Yes, I want to hear the actual
Steve,
answer.
I mean, you've got all of the components there. These grooves we got to get rid of. These grooves we got to get rid of. The cassette produces grooves. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We listen to grooves.
Okay. Yes.
We can get good grooves on there, but it's not the groove. So here we go. A cassette tape works by storing audio information, and here we go, as magnetic patterns on thin plastic tape coated, and here's the trick, iron oxide particles. Steve, I didn't expect you to get
Shut
that.
up.
If you would have said iron oxide, you're not Adam Templeman. Templeman would have guessed.
Yeah,
I would have been a little annoyed at how quickly he answered this. I'm just being no offense, Adam. But when recording, an electric signal from a microphone is converted into a magnetic field. See, you were there. Converted into a magnetic field by the recording head, that metal piece that you're talking about. Okay?
Oh.
You're there. When which magnetizes the particles on the tape according to the sound wave's intensity. So there's no grooves there. It's all like frequency and intensity of the magnetic wave.
Dude, that makes it amazing, dude.
When playing back, the tape passes over a playback head, which reads the magnetic patterns and converts them back into the electrical signal, and there you have it. So I'm not saying you got the answer right, but you were in the ballpark, my friend.
Dude.
Good job.
Do you understand how impressive cassette tapes are?
Yeah. Kudos to
who
these
came
people.
up with, who even thought
They're
of that?
driving a nicer car than I am, Steve. I'll tell you that much.
And why are we not? I would just think we should still listen to them after the genius of how they work.
I think that they should just bring them back. It was better to be
and
like,
we were
hey.
able to record over them and then make another thing right then and there.
Remember back in the day, be like, oh, I'd really like to hear that. They'd be like, oh, yeah, here you go. Take this home and listen to it. They just hand you the cassette. You know what I mean? I missed that. I missed that.
Dang it, man. That was a really good one, Jay.
I'm going to just come out and, you know what, Steve? You know what? Actually, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. I was going to talk about a 16-year-old.
No, go ahead and say it. Tell me.
When I was 16, I committed a crime. I shoplifted a cassette. Metallica's Injustice for All.
Do you understand? San Luis Obispo is missing about $20,000 worth of cassette tapes from warehouse.
Yeah. I shoplifted two things in my life, and one of them I almost got caught for, but Injustice for All.
What was it?
It was Injustice for All. That was Metallica's album, Injustice for All. Walked right in. Did the whole, basically I you know the boner waistband trick?
No.
Come on, G.
Oh, the boner waistband.
The waistband boner trick.
Yes. Absolutely.
Pretty much that. I just walked out with cassette boner, basically. I'm not saying do this, folks. This was terrible. I was a dumb 16-year-old, but I did get my tape. Then then there was this other band. Now, this is where if I would have got caught, Steve, I would be kicking myself to this day. Still kind of am, even though I didn't get caught. And I don't know how I didn't. It was VHS, Jay. Same technique, boner technique. And it was this band called DRI, this punk band. It was a live concert. And I can still see the cover. Walked in, and this was like peer pressure shit. I was not a thief by nature. Like I had to be put up to that shit. And I was dumb, and I did it because I was a follower. But anyway, I went in, Tower Video. Remember Tower Video on the side of Tower Records?
Yeah.
Walked into that mug, did the boner technique with the VHS tape. And as I'm walking out, we just started getting into the thing. Like I didn't know that. Yeah. So it went off. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm dead. That's it. And they're going to call my parents.
What happened?
I'm fucked. Luckily, and maybe the dude was just cool. I don't know. Because I don't know how you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, hey, you're going off here. You want to go ahead and like, can I pat you down? So I'm standing up, folks, if you can't see me. And he's like patting me down, right? He's giving the pat. And it's like right here. So it's like, it pretty much, instead of sounding like, it sounded like, do you know what I'm saying?
Shut up, dude.
Nothing. He doesn't do a thing about it. He's like, okay, so can you maybe just bend over then, like to see if you would hear something? And I don't know what magical power I produced that made the VHS tape fold in half, but didn't make a noise. He's like, all right. And here's the funny part. He's like, yeah, go ahead and go. I said, okay, cool. And I walked out again. And he just goes, yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God.
Go ahead. And I just walked out with tape. Yeah. Not proud of myself.
Kind of knew.
I think he had to have known. Yeah. And he was probably like, this fucking guy, I'm not going to ruin this kid's life for a DRI tape. I don't know. That's true.
Dude, I didn't know you got caught.
I didn't. Well, I didn't get caught.
You kind of got caught.
I kind of got caught, but I didn't get caught. Close call. But yeah, only 2 times I've ever stolen anything. Didn't feel right about it.
Dude.
Yeah.
So you never stole again ever?
No. You know, I remember there was this one time, but I didn't do it. Wow. I just remember this right now. I remember I was in a bookstore and I was with my parents. Okay. Mm-hmm. They were like shopping somewhere in the mall and I was with my parents on my own. And I decided I was going to take one of those books that was the, remember those choose your own adventure books? Like if you want to do this,
heck yeah,
flip to page 67. Yeah. They were the shit. And I was this kid that just needed everything right then. Go figure, kids when their instant gratification wishes. But yeah, so I said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I just did the whole book boner thing this time because apparently that's just my method. And and it was like good. And then I happened to look to my right, and there was this middle-aged man looking at me with like a look on his face. And I just looked at him, and I like pulled it out, and I just put it back onto the bookshelf, and I walked out.
You got shamed into, which is good.
I'll take a shame over an arrest,
dude.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get arrested.
I think you could probably get arrested for shoplifting as a kid. They take you over to juvie. They like sending everybody to juvie back in the day. Won't. Back in the day, that was the main threat. They didn't have anything else. Like, we're going to send you to juvie if you're not careful.
I think you're too young.
Yeah, I definitely could have gone to juvie, bro. Easy. I think I was probably like maybe 11 or 12. 12 or 13. You never went to
juvenile hall ever for anything?
What's that?
You never went to juvenile hall for anything?
Hell no. No, I have no record. Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Have you ever been detained? Held for questioning? No, I've never. No, man. I'm gone. I don't even run that fast, but I'm not playing. I'm not playing around, man. I'll hop the fence quick.
I was always so scared of prison.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go. That's the thing is, I'm not trying to go to prison. That makes it real easy for me to kind of stay on the right track. I'm not trying to do all that. I watched all those movies. Remember Bad Boys? And I'm not talking about Will Smith. I'm not talking about Will Smith. I'm talking about Sean Penn. Bad Boys.
Oh, never have. No.
You gotta watch that movie. That shit will keep you out of juvie forever.
Bad Boys?
Oh yeah, great movie. Dated Ali Sheedy, Sean Penn. Oh God, what? Clancy Brown is in it.
Hey, yeah, I love Clancy Brown.
As he was one of the, because so long ago he's a kid in the movie. He's in juvie. He plays a guy named Viking, and he's one of them dirty dudes that does people dirty in prison. See it. It's good. Yeah, it's good. And then the other guy, I don't know this guy's name. Did you ever see La Bamba?
Yep.
Remember Richie's brother?
No.
He'd be like, you treat me like a goddamn dog, Richie. You remember that guy? that guy. So the story is that Sean Penn is like, he's like, he's a ruffian, and he's got a girlfriend played by Ali Sheedy. And Ali Sheedy, somehow he pisses off this dude. I'll find his name. He pisses him off, and this guy makes a plot to like, instead of just like, he wants to hurt Sean. So what he does is he rapes Ali Sheedy. And then Sean acts up.
Kills him.
Well, no. But they all end up in juvie together. And that's when shit gets crazy.
He raped her?
He raped her, yeah.
That is a harsh trying to get back at somebody.
Well, I can't remember. It's been a long time since I saw it. But he did something that caught him. So basically, the Bomba's brother got caught. He goes to prison. He goes to juvie. And then Sean Penn's, whatever he did that made him, like he reacted to that rape. He goes to the pen too, to juvie. And then they meet there. And that's when shit gets crazy. It's a good movie, dude. I know I'm not explaining it very well.
When was it made? What year?
Oh, God. It must have been like, here, I'll tell you real quick. Why not,
80s?
Folks? Why not? We're live. Who cares?
I've never heard of this movie.
It's really good. I highly recommend you watch it. I mean, it looks a little dated. But, okay, Bad Boys. Okay, 1983. Chicago crime kid Mick O'Brien is sent to reform school. That's juvie. Reform school after accidentally killing a rival kid. That's what it was. This dude's name is Isai Morales. Do you know who that is?
Heck yeah, I know Isai Morales.
So it's Isai Morales, and Isai Morales rapes Ali Sheedy, and then I think what happens is, to the best of my knowledge, Steve, I think that Sean Penn tries to get revenge, but instead of killing Isai Morales' character, he kills Isai Morales' little brother. And then they both end up in juvie for different crimes. But then they find out they're in the same, institution.
Well, it's on Tubi, so I'm going to watch it.
And shit gets wild. You watch it. Trust me. I think you'll really like it. It's matter of fact, I might watch that movie because it's pretty dope. I'm going to check it out again. If I text you later and be like, don't watch it. It sucks. It's dated. Then don't.
You just made me think of something.
What's that?
I have a controversial statement before we get out of here.
Okay.
I watched Adventures in Babysitting recently.
Elizabeth Shue.
Yes.
Okay.
That's actually the point of this conversation. I think 80s
we speak her name.
Beautiful is more beautiful than any other decade. I think The Pretty was different.
I think you're right. I think that The Pretty was more wholesome.
Hey, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
We had Lisa Bonet. We had they were just beautiful.
They were beautiful girls next door. Not... They weren't thoughts, Steve.
Bro, listen. 80s Pretty was, because I looked at, I was like, man, she is pretty. I mean, Elizabeth Shue was just pretty, dude.
She's still pretty.
Lisa Bonet, Jada, all the people from Different World, Cosby, all these girls were just pretty people.
Yeah. Remember Tootie? Remember Tootie from Facts of Life? Kim Fields.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, who else? I'm trying to think. I see what you're saying, though, but I'm not even saying like she was pretty, but I'm getting at it was that like girl next door type of 80s thing. I get what you're saying.
Yes. Like whoa.
Yeah, we were also
10,
but
I mean, I don't think that makes a difference though.
No,
I bet you if we show kids now great pictures of the 80s bombshells, they'd be, because remember Vanessa Williams was in the 80s.
Yeah, beautiful. From Fresno, I believe.
Shut up.
I think Vanessa Williams is from Fresno.
You're wrong. Okay, now we have to look this up.
I think she's from Fresno, dude. I'm serious.
You're making stuff up.
I think she went to Roosevelt.
Oh, you're not.
I'm serious, man.
She did not. Vanessa Williams didn't go to no Roosevelt.
Am I making it up? Let me see. No.
Yes, you are, dude.
Photo of, no. Yeah. Photo, no, hold up. Yeah. Vanessa Williams at California State University. No, that's not her. Sorry, hold up. Hold on, maybe be a little bit. Let's see.
Dude, no.
Vanessa Williams, the actor, is she a singer? The singer.
No, there's nothing listed here about Fresno.
I think you're wrong, Steve.
There's nothing.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry. You know who I'm thinking of?
Cher.
No, I'm thinking of Audra McDonald.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Audra McDonald. That's my bad. See, misinforming. I'm like Joe Rogan up here, just misinforming the fuck out of
No, that's a massive get though. Fresno pushed out a massive Tony Award winning from what was that little place right there where all the kids dance?
The Good Company Players.
Dude, that's huge.
Yeah.
So more power to.
We also had Cher Sarkeesian. I don't know if you know her.
Now Cher says it's a lie. She's on Instagram saying that's not true. I never would lived in Fresno.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
She was on Instagram.
I think she's ashamed to live in the San Joaquin Valley.
She was like, I've heard this for years. I never lived there.
You know what? I bet you it's because of because we're like one of the Armenian capitals in the States. And I bet you somehow, because she's Armenian, somehow she got linked into that.
Well, I know my sister, when she worked at Macy's, she's like, I used to always wait on one of the, or help one of the, what's the girl? Kim Kardashian's cousins.
How you know it? How did she know it was Kardashian's cousin?
Because that same girl did, like, number one, her card said Kardashian, and she would always be like, listen, don't act like this. This is my cousin. And all the other workers were like, that is her cousin. And I said, Portia, was she mean? And she's like, yeah, very, very mean.
In high school, I went to, I had PE class with Rob Lowe's cousin.
Shut up.
He looked just like him too. So either he was bullshitting everybody, he just happened to look like Rob Lowe, but I'm pretty sure he was Rob Lowe's cousin. Because really, is it that? I mean, I freaking know. I know James Gunn's like first cousin, so it's really not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying?
You know James Gunn's first cousin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How?
I've known him for over 20 years. Just friends.
Is this true?
I swear to God.
How have you never said anything like this?
I probably have once or twice. But it's not like he's James Gunn, so, you know.
I know, but that means that they, like, at family get-togethers, they're chilling.
No, they're not, actually. They're not super tight. I guess from what he tells me, look at me just airing out the family tea and shit. But I guess he said, what I can remember from him talking about James Gunn is that he hardly ever sees him ever anymore. But he talked about one specific Christmas when James Gunn was with Jenna Fisher.
Yeah.
So he went over to, like, back, I don't know where they're from, but anyway, he went over to like a cousin's house for Christmas, and James Gunn was there with Jenna Fisher. How you doing? I'm Jenna. Merry Christmas.
Get out of here.
Yeah. But I guess he's and of course this is just one side of the family story, but apparently he doesn't really associate with like, you got to be a certain tier of cousin for him to associate with this at this point, because he's huge. I'm not saying it makes him a dick or anything. It's just maybe, but it's one side of the story.
Okay, last question of the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I have nobody. I mean, I could say that there's nobody on my family or friends. Who is your closest friend with the least amount of jumps to a celebrity?
No, my friend Matt.
How?
Well, okay, hold on. It depends. The least amount of jumps. So, okay, we're talking bloodline. So does that like negate like friendship?
Blood. They have to be friends. Like, as in, they're not just, if it's not blood, they're not just friends. They're not like, I can call him right now and I know that guy.
Yeah. Well, I would have to say either that guy, his name's James Gunn's cousin, or my friend Matt, who, you just got to know this dude, Matt. He's a character, dude, and he just knows kind of everybody. He's been in radio. I actually got him into radio because we used to do like pirate radio, which is like a musical version of this. Except it was illegal, and the FCC didn't like it very much because we'd be tapping into the actual channels. But it more or less was a podcast. But I got him into radio, and then he went into Fresno State, and he was working at KFSR, the radio station there.
That was a great radio, 90.7.
Oh, dude, I used to go over there on Friday nights, and we would do like a metal show or a punk show. I've recorded on
crazy.
Yeah, I used to record on 90.7, or at least broadcast on 90.7, and I didn't go to the school. But anyway. So he got into, he's always been a big like music guy, particularly metal. He's my Iron Maiden friend. I've talked about him before.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
So anyway, this dude just kind of knows everybody. So he knows, let's see. I'm just thinking of people that he knows, like he can just like hit up.
Hit up like, hey, what's up?
Okay. Well, you know Ice-T, right?
Shut up.
No.
Okay.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up, but that's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying Coco is what I'm saying.
Okay, you know Ice-T, right? So anyway, there's this guy named Chris. That has nothing to do with this. No. So Ice-T has you ever heard of his metal band Body Count?
Yeah, Body Count. Yeah.
So his guitar player Ernie C is from Fresno, or at least lives in Fresno from time to time. So he knows him well, but I think he's more like a C tier level of celebrity, maybe.
Oh no,
maybe. I met the guy. He's a nice guy.
Ice-T.
He's up there. I mean, you're hanging with Ice-T, so I guess maybe a B tier.
Put B. Yeah.
Let's do B tier to be fair. However, recently, do you know who Kelly Slater is?
Yes, the surfer.
Yes. So Kelly Slater. So my friend lives in close to Lemoore. Okay, he's actually a teacher in Lemoore. And Kelly Slater also lives, or at least part-time lives in Lemoore, and he has this massive surf ranch. You never heard about this dude, the surf ranch?
I didn't know that he had a...
Gee, there is a massive, like just a few miles away from us, the world's biggest surf ranch. The world's biggest surf ranch in the middle of Lemoore, where people from all over the world... No, seriously, professional surfers from all over the world. You have to be like up there, or connected, if you will, come to Lemoore to practice surfing. It's got think of the wave pools at the water parks, but done in a way where it's the biggest waves that you can get. I don't quote me on the biggest waves.
That is insane. How do they make money when it's not public?
I don't know how. I'm
That's
sure
crazy.
Because rich people are paying him to come and they'll stay there for weeks at a time.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's he's got from what I understand, he's got what's the word I'm looking for? There's quarters where they can stay there, but then it's also by the Tachi Palace, so they can stay there too. Anyway,
dude, that's all day.
So there's a whole bunch of people that roll through there. Somehow my friend has this ability to he's always going to concerts. Okay. So I was supposed to be at this concert. So technically I would have been with him but I got COVID. So Pearl Jam came to Fresno. And I could have gone with him to Pearl Jam, but I had COVID. So he goes backstage because it's for his radio connections. He's always getting free passes or whatever. Yeah. And he goes backstage and he makes friends with Eddie Vedder. So,
dude.
So Eddie, and I don't want to say too much about this, but Eddie Vedder apparently, because celebrities have multiple homes, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't know if he lives in Fresno. I think he might actually have a house, not Fresno, Lemoore. I think he might have a house there, or around Lemoore somewhere in that area, somewhere in the Central Valley. He's got one of his houses there, but he likes to go to Kelly Slater's because he's a surfer. He's always been a surfer. So he goes to Kelly Slater's ranch and he surfs there too. And somehow my friend Matt ended up becoming friends, associates, whatever you want to call it, with Eddie Vedder, to where he's got a connection. They had this conversation about Eddie Vedder likes to gamble, he likes to smoke weed, he likes to surf. There you go. There's Lemoore. You know what I mean? There's those three things right there. That's all you need. So apparently he's got him where he can just and hit him up and what's up, Ed?
That's a big name.
Yeah, that's a big name. And I even told him too. I said, I said, man, I'm not I don't really like going and jocking on celebrities. You know what I'm saying? But we've always talked about Grohl. Would I go to Grohl? So much now, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't want to be around him too. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying that kind of level. I think that I know for a fact that I kind of want to, I said, you got to help me out, bro. At some point, you don't have to, I'm not going to be weird.
What are the chances of that actually occurring?
I need to hang out with Eddie is what I'm saying. Me, you, and Eddie. We'll just go hang out somewhere.
Could that possibly happen?
Maybe. My friend, I don't know what it is about this guy, dude. He has the ability to just here we are. Now we're hanging out with System of a Down. Here we are. I just met Iron Maiden. I've met Iron Maiden through him, dude. It's just one of those things. He's just this guy. I think really what it is, he's loud. And I don't mean this as an insult either. He's just different, dude. He's just a bigger personality.
Which is good. Yeah.
Takes all the risks. And when this dude enters the room, be it for the good or the bad. He's just that guy. So I think he's just a guy. He just happens to know. So anyway, to answer your question, the long way around, I would say it would be Eddie Vedder. My friend Matt knows Eddie Vedder.
I have nobody. I don't know anyone that's a close relation, as in they know a famous. No, I don't know anybody.
Well, one person where she couldn't recognize you and she couldn't recognize me. But if you and I were to walk up to either of us were to walk up to her and go, hey, remember when you recorded with us? Julianne Emery. That's a celebrity.
Oh, Julianne Emery. What do you think she'd remember recording with us?
Dude, it's us. Come on.
It's true.
Look at me. See, I'm not even smiling like I'm joking. It's us, dude.
Julianne's memory.
Julianne's memory. Come on, man.
That was
a great game. I forgot about that. You don't forget that kind of shit. I haven't watched the show Skeleton Crew. I think it's kind of like Star Wars Goonies or something. It's not my speed. I tried watching the first episode. It wasn't for me. But she's on that show. I don't know if it was just
we should get her back.
I don't know. We'll see. Can't find her. Everyone's off of Twitter now, man, or X, which I refuse to address.
She's probably on Instagram.
Maybe. Well, maybe I'll reach out again, or maybe you can reach out. But we'll get our friend back. Hey, what's up? You want to talk? Remember us? Get Malcolm over here. Let's see what we can do. Me, you, Malcolm.
Dude, listen. Oh, that's right. You talked to Mr. Barrett.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You weren't there. That's right.
I wasn't there. You talked to. Didn't he say he was talking about his rap career? Right.
He had just put out an album. Or one of his albums.
I see him everywhere now.
Verbal. That's what his.
That's right. Yeah. That's what he went by on X.
Verbal the rapper.
Gee, we need to get back into. Now. How many? Let me think. Do I know anybody? Now you're gonna make me think the rest of the night. Do I know anyone connected to anyone?
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's probably some other people. I've met a lot of people, but I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a friend. I can't say, oh, I'm a friend. Where I know nothing in the phone. But I've met a lot of celebrities, but nothing where I can say we're buddies.
Here's what I'm going to say. This is my goal for 2025. I'm going to get a celebrity in my phone.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be, it could be B-A. It doesn't have to be A, but I think I could get a B.
So, and this can be in any type of format. It can be like radio, movies.
No, it has to be like
entertainment,
music, movies. Yes, TV.
Okay.
Where it's just like, hey, let me give you my number just so you can contact me for such and such. I'll be like, okay.
I don't know personally if I can have the. Did I tell you I got kicked off X? Did I tell you about that?
You got kicked off? I thought you left.
I got kicked off at X. Yeah, I literally got kicked off. We still have the Heroes account that I just keep up just so I can, if I ever want to see something crazy, I can jump in. But yeah, Dan Q Public died on X.
I knew that was going to happen.
So I don't have the feelers anymore that I used to. I don't know if it would be as easy, but I think what we should do
is the way to go.
Speaking of resolutions for this show, maybe that's the resolution. We get back to, I can already get us some interviews, but I think that we should get back. We should try to, let's try to nail something like big this year for us. Why not?
Who would be big for you in your brain?
I don't know. I'm thinking someone that's like we're not going to get Ariana Grande or some shit like that. But I'm just saying,
Who knows? Who
knows? By the way, Wicked. I'm going to tell you something about Wicked, and then we'll go.
I knew you were going to
God damn it, that's a good movie. Like, I've seen the musical, and the musical's great and everything, but now I think I can't go back and see the musical because the movie's so grand in comparison to the musical. That movie is the shit, Steve, and I really liked it a lot. And I'm wondering, do you recognize the talent that one Ariana Grande has?
They both can sing.
They both can sing.
Cynthia
I was going to get to Cynthia Erivo, but I did not realize. I was watching the behind the scenes making of thing. They recorded all of their vocals live while acting. That's so impressive. I know you haven't seen the movie, but at the end of the movie, the finale, the Defying Gravity, I know you know the song. Or at least the big song, she's flying around. Dude, they have her on like a harness and she's fucking flying through the green screen, in the air with a green screen.
Yeah.
And recording live. You would think that would be really hard. If you're a vocalist, so, you got to have that diaphragm control.
It would have to be hard.
But she's got this like metal harness around her that's jerking you up and everything. So, you get that like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When you get jerked? No.
Yeah.
And all those vocals were recorded live. I am so goddamn impressed with both of them. The reason I'm impressed with Ariana Grande, I don't know about more, but for the sake of this, is that she had to change her vocal style all the way up. So I guess she's always been a Wicked fan, but she actually went and had all these vocal lessons to get this like crazy ass operatic, like Kristen Chenoweth.
That's not how she normally sings.
No. And it makes me wonder, like she does that so well. I wonder if she's going to pull well, you don't know who Brendan Urie is, but he's the singer from Panic at the Disco. Then he went and did Kinky Boots. And then when he came back to Panic at the Disco, kind of fucked everything up because he wanted to be more like Broadway sounding, like show tunes type sounding. Didn't really work for him. But I'm kind of wondering if the same thing's going to happen with her.
She might not ever want to do pop. After this, she might not even want to do her pop music.
Yeah, I'm just saying because now she has this new tool in her belt.
Yep.
And it's phenomenal, dude. Like, and the thing about her is that not only is she like talented just singing, she's hilarious. Like I've seen her in, different things, but she's fucking hilarious. Like she's got that comedic timing. Excellent. I got a whole new respect for her, man. And the movie was fantastic. 2 hours and 40 minutes went like that.
I can imagine, one day I'm going to watch it one day for sure. For sure. When I have 3 hours to chill. Yeah. And just watch something that I'm really not familiar with the lore of Wicked.
It's pretty cool, man. Like it was all based on a book. I had the book. I remember I was studying for X-ray school and I saw the book. I'm like, that's just kind of a cool concept. And I bought it. Of course, I never read the damn thing. Loved it? Every book I've ever bought, Steve, I never read. They're just books everywhere in my house. I don't read them.
You never read Wicked?
You know what it was is that I bought it when I was training for X-ray school. Gotcha. So I just had a whole bunch of other shit to read, and I just never got back around to it again. But then again, I saw the musical a couple of times, and I like the lore. I think it's actually a cool story. It's the whole backstory and everything, and I think most people know what I'm talking about as far as the plot goes. But yeah, dude, I think you should watch this movie, and okay. I think you will. It's not obviously the same type of it's not going to hit you the same way Hamilton did, mm-hmm. But I think you will appreciate the talent. And then Cynthia Erivo, bro, just sang her ass off in that movie. Fantastic. I'm going to give this movie, Steve. I don't know.
I can't wait.
I don't know. I haven't done this for a while. I'm going to go ahead and go high. I'm going 4.75 out of 5 broomsticks, G, because that shit was dope.
Fair.
Very, very good.
Okay. Before we leave, I already know who my you got to give you, whenever you figure it out, get on our page or whatever. But I know who my get is for this year, who I want to get.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union.
But what if she went back, though? What if she goes back? Like, I got to figure these guys out and just happens to land on one of the episodes.
Not going to happen. But here's the thing. If she goes back, she's going to be like, that dude really is into me, regardless of what happens.
This is true. She's going to know.
Because that's going to be here's the thing. From here on, she's going to hear her voice on every one of our podcasts. I'm going to be like, where's your fine self? Why aren't you on our podcast?
Yeah.
Every single time.
And I'll have to not ask the question that you know I'm going to be dying to ask, or at least go down that road. I can't do that for you. I don't ruin it for you.
You can?
Yeah. Nah, I won't do that. That's not my style.
I will. If she's on the podcast, I'm going to say, are you happy with Dwayne Wade? Because the second you aren't.
Waiting in the wings.
I'm waiting in the wings as a serpent.
You ready to go, Black Dragon?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. Hey, so listen, thanks for this little, being here. If you're still here, I don't know, but thanks for being here for the little experiment. By the way, Steve, Favon put a picture up of that lamp we were talking about. It's in the group.
Let me see.
Yeah, the oil lamp. Check it out. I know you've seen this lamp. But while you're looking at the lamp, I just want to tell you, I don't know. I don't think we're going to do this all the time where we're doing live stream. For me, it's a little too distracting, and I do like the audio aspect of it. But every once in a while, you're going to get this. So thank you for sticking around. And that's my dogs right there. They finally got to come in.
That was your pooch.
Yeah, they're just shaking. That's what they do. But welcome back to the first show of 2025, and I hope that we only get better from here. As a matter of fact, I know we will. What the fuck am I talking about? It's us. Did you see the lamp?
I'm looking for it right now.
All right, let me get your reaction on the lamp real quick. I just need to know. Nothing? Okay, you know what? Look at it on your own time. It's a fucking lamp, for Pete's sake. Steve, anything to say before we go?
I don't see the lamp.
Yeah, maybe she was lying to us.
Oh, I've never seen this before in my life, dude.
It's groovy as hell, though, huh?
Hey, you're muted. I can't hear you.
I'm muted? Hold on.
Oh, you can't.
Am I still muted?
Just close it out because you don't need to hear me anyway.
I know, but I don't think I'm muted. I have a feeling.
Oh, it probably clicked to my phone.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, that's Steve saying bye. You know what? This was an experiment. We're going to be back. We're going to make, you know what? Maybe like a couple of weeks or something like that. I promise we'll be back soon. Anyway, my name is Dan. Thank you very much for listening to Heroes of Noise. Ladies and gentlemen, be good to yourselves. Be good to the people around you. Peace.